Billionaires and bankers are starting to see the game theory of Bitcoin play out and are bending the knee. As one of the richest men in the world, Michael Dell, continues to be fascinated. Another fellow billionaire, Mark Cuban, goes from comparing Bitcoin to bananas to acknowledging the real possibility of it becoming the global reserve currency. Plus, in an ironic twist of fate, renowned Bitcoin hater Jamie Dimon is rumored to be a candidate for Treasury Secretary for Donald Trump. So much for draining the swamp. Has Jamie Dimon changed his tune on Bitcoin as well? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. I'm Dante Cook, head of Swan Business. How do you turn a banana man into a Bitcoin bull? I don't know exactly, but you can ask Mark Cuban, who went from something like this.
Here's the thing about crypto, particularly Bitcoin. Bitcoin is worth what somebody will pay for it. Did you ever see someone who collected baseball cards and they were really proud of their baseball cards because they kept on saying they were going to go up in price? Comic books, same thing, even artwork. There's no real intrinsic value. You can't eat a baseball card or shouldn't eat a baseball card. Your artwork might look good on the wall, but not much you can do with it. Bitcoin, there's even less you can do with it. At least I can look at my baseball card and go, ooh, that's my favorite player. That's Roberto Clemente. I can look at artwork and go, wow. Crypto is a key that is so complicated for 99% of the population. Do you put it in a device? Do you print it out? How do you keep from being hacked? Who's going to host it for you? It's just so difficult that it's only worth what somebody will pay for it. So I say it's like gold. Gold's a religion. Now, people who are really into gold, they'll tell you that there's a bad depression and things go to hell in a handbasket. If you own gold, then you'll be okay. No, you won't. You carry around a gold bar, someone's going to hit your ass, knock you out, and steal your gold bar, and that's going to happen again and again and again. I'd rather have bananas. I can eat bananas. Crypto, not so much. Look, I can make a great argument for blockchain. There's a lot of applications and they'll be used, but you don't need public Bitcoin, BTC. You can create blockchain on your own without using all the available cryptocurrencies.
To a full-blown Bitcoin bull who tweeted this just this morning. How high can the price go? Way higher than you think. Remember, the market for Bitcoin is global, and the supply is a final limit of 21 million Bitcoin with unlimited fractionalization. Keep that in mind as you consider what happens if, because of geopolitical uncertainty and the decline of the dollar as a reserve currency, Bitcoin becomes a safe haven globally, which means that Bitcoin could be what countries and all of us look to buy as a means to protect our savings. Crazy. It already happens in countries facing hyperinflation. And if things really go further than we can imagine today, and I'm not saying they will, just that this has a possibility somewhere above zero, then Bitcoin becomes exactly what the Maxis envision, a global currency. So, not bananas. At least I can eat those. In other news, this other billionaire hasn't really changed his tune on Bitcoin. He's just been coming out of the closet of sorts. As billionaire founder of Dell Computers, Michael Dell, said, fascinating, in a tweet when replying to Larry Fink's video from Monday earlier this week. Back to ironic twists. Former Bitcoin detractors like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, who said that Bitcoin was a pet rock and I think that the government should shut it down, is now being rumored to be a candidate for Treasury Secretary underneath of Donald Trump. And based upon the latest news, it's rumored that Jamie Dimon, like others who've bent the knee to Bitcoin, have had a change of heart. But this story seems to have some validity. According to Forbes, who reported this in an article today, Donald Trump himself said that he believes that Jamie Dimon has had a change of heart or a change of tune when it comes to Bitcoin. If true, this would be a massive 180. Check out this clip between Jamie Dimon and another big crypto hater, Elizabeth Warren, from just last December to see how this would be such a massive shift.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
The tables are turning everywhere. Ironic twists all over the place. Senator Menendez was just charged for illicit activities and taking bribes in cash and gold when he used to call Bitcoin the ideal choice for criminals openly denigrating Bitcoin, calling it the perfect tool for illicit activity. It's funny, he didn't use Bitcoin for his illicit activity. He used the tried and true methods, cash and gold, which we've talked about plenty on this show. Bitcoin brings about all these ironic situations for two reasons. The truth inevitably comes out, and Bitcoiners keep receipts. It has this funny way of proving people wrong over time. Like Ben McKenzie.
Your issue is around Bitcoin versus the other currencies, because I could even make an argument that the other currencies are even more precarious, if you will, than where Bitcoin really is.
Well, that's certainly true. I mean, even worse is probably how I would say it. I mean, at least with Bitcoin, theoretically, the number is limited, right? There are only 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be mined. Bitcoiners usually make a conflation there. They confuse limited supply with scarcity. Those are not the same things, as anyone with a degree in economics knows. Scarcity only occurs when demand exceeds supply at the price of zero. So something can be limited in supply and scarce because there's demand for it, or it can be limited in supply but not scarce.
Since he made this comment, Bitcoin is up over 115%. And based upon his own definition of scarcity, being that something is only scarce if it has more demand at the price of zero, well, then that would make Bitcoin the most scarce asset of all time because its original price was zero. Ironic, I know. Bitcoin has changed a lot of things, but it changes us in many ways. And I don't know what the rest of 2024 will bring, but let the irony continue, please. And with that, we're signing off for today. This is Dante Cook with Swan.com. Happy stacking.